If your lottery tickets keep losing, it's not random. It's 5 buying mistakes that keep you playing against the worst possible odds. Before your next purchase, learn the timing tricks and store selection hacks that casinos use and how to apply them to scratch-offs. I'm speaking as someone who worked the system from the inside. An ex-lottery retailer employee who watched smart players walk away with wins while everyone else threw money at the wrong tickets at the wrong time. The difference? They knew when and where to buy. You're about to learn the same secrets. Most players think lottery tickets are pure chance. Walk in, grab a ticket, scratch it off, hope for the best. But here's what they don't tell you. The moment those tickets are printed, shipped, and stocked, patterns emerge. Patterns in timing, patterns in location, patterns in pack position. The lottery doesn't advertise these patterns because informed players are harder to beat. But once you see them, you can't unsee them. I spent 3 years behind the counter watching thousands of transactions. Some players lost consistently. Others won at rates that seemed almost suspicious. The difference wasn't luck, it was knowledge. They understood the system. They knew which questions to ask. They tracked data while everyone else chased feelings. And today, you're getting the exact playbook they used. Secret number 1. The fresh pack strategy. This is the foundation that separates winners from losers. Most players lose because they're buying from the bottom of picked-over packs. Not because the lottery is rigged, but because prize distribution isn't equal throughout a roll. The first portion of every pack has statistically better prize placement. It's not luck, it's how they're printed. Picture this. You walk into a convenience store. Clerk is 3/4 through a roll of $20 tickets. Clerk started with 30 tickets. Now there are maybe 8 left. What are the odds the big prizes are still in there? Slim to none. Someone already hit them and walked away. You're buying leftovers. Here's what actually happens inside every roll. The Lottery Commission prints tickets in sequential order. Each roll has a predetermined prize distribution. Some rolls are front-loaded with winners. Others have prizes scattered throughout. But here's the key insight. Once the early winners are claimed, the remaining tickets in that roll have mathematically worse odds than a fresh roll from the same game. Think about it like this. Imagine a bag of 100 marbles. 20 are red winners, 80 are white losers. You reach in blind and pull out 30 marbles. If you happen to grab 15 red winners in that first batch, what's left in the bag? Mostly white losers. That's exactly what happens with scratch-off rolls. The early buyers can clear out the winners, leaving you with statistically dead tickets. Here's the insider formula. New pack equals fresh odds. Mid-pack equals caution zone. End pack equals walk away. Simple math that most players never think about. Before you buy, ask one question. Is this a fresh pack or are you near the end? That single question can save your entire budget. What's the last time you asked a clerk about pack position? Drop it in the comments. Most people never ask once. And that silence costs them hundreds, maybe thousands, over a year. The clerks know which packs are fresh. They see the boxers arrive. They stock the machines. But they're not going to volunteer that information unless you ask. So ask. Now here's the real secret weapon. When a clerk opens a fresh roll, the first 5 to 10 tickets have the highest probability of containing mid-tier prizes. Not always the jackpot, but consistent $2,200 wins. I watched this pattern repeat for 3 years straight. Fresh rolls paid out early and often. Stale rolls toward the end. Mostly duds. My advice: befriend your regular clerk. Learn their name, chat them up, build rapport. Then casually ask them to text you when they open a new roll of your favorite game. Most clerks are happy to help regulars. First access equals first chance, and first chance in a fresh pack beats random buying every single time. The secret isn't just buying tickets. It's buying from the right position in the sequence. Some players track this obsessively. They know which stores get deliveries on which days. They know which clerks work which shifts. They show up Tuesday morning when inventory is freshest, right after the restock happens. These players treat lottery buying like a science, not a game of chance. Here's a real example from my time behind the counter. We had a regular named Mike. Every Tuesday at 10 a.m., like clockwork, he'd show up. He'd ask if we got our delivery. If yes, he'd buy the first 3 tickets from whatever new roll we opened. If no delivery, he'd leave without buying anything. Over 6 months, I watched Mike hit 12 times. 12. Most players don't hit 12 times in 5 years. Was Mike lucky? No, Mike was strategic. Try this next time. Visit 3 stores and ask each one when their next delivery arrives. Write it down. Set a reminder on your phone. Show up the morning after delivery and buy from the freshest pack available. Share your findings below. I want to see how many of you actually track delivery schedules versus just buying randomly whenever you feel like it. Secret number 2. The Tuesday morning suite. This is where most players waste their edge without knowing it. Your buying time controls your odds more than you think. As ex-employees, we noticed a pattern. Lottery deliveries happen on specific days, usually Monday or Tuesday for most retailers. And the players who showed up Tuesday morning, they consistently did better than weekend warriors. The fix: avoid weekend buying. By Saturday, every roll has been picked through by 5 days of customers. The fresh inventory from Tuesday is long gone. You're competing with everyone's impulse buys from the entire week. Those are terrible odds before you even scratch the silver coating. Here's what we watched happen every single week. Tuesday morning, fresh packs, fewer customers, better prizes claimed. Saturday afternoon, stale inventory, long lines, frustrated players walking away empty-handed. The pattern repeated like clockwork. It wasn't coincidence. It was math playing out in real time. Think about casino floor management. They know when high rollers arrive. They prepare fresh decks, new chips, clean tables. They create optimal conditions for players with money to spend. Lottery timing works the same way. Fresh inventory is optimal conditions. Stale inventory is playing on a dirty table with worn-out cards. Would you sit down at that table in a casino? Then why are you buying from a picked-over roll on Saturday night? The insider timing rule. Buy early week, buy early day. Tuesday through Thursday, ideally before noon. This gives you access to fresher inventory with less competition. What day of the week do you usually buy lottery tickets? Be honest in the comments. Are you shopping fresh or shopping leftovers? Then there's the restock rhythm. Most chain stores restock on the same weekly schedule. Circle K on Mondays, 7-Eleven on Tuesdays, your local grocery store on Wednesday mornings. Learn your store's rhythm. Call the manager. Ask when lottery deliveries arrive. Write it down. This is free intelligence that 99% of players ignore. One player I knew tracked restock days at 5 different locations. He rotated his purchases to always buy fresh. Monday at Circle K, Tuesday at 7-Eleven, Wednesday at the grocery store, Thursday at the Shell station. Friday, he didn't buy at all because by Friday, even Monday's delivery has been picked over. His win rate? Noticeably higher than random buyers. Not because he was lucky, it's because he had a system. Quick test: this week, buy on Tuesday morning. Next week, buy on Saturday evening. Same game, same price point, same store if possible. Compare your results. Which timing gave you better returns? Share your experiment results below. Real data beats hot ticket myths every time. Here's another timing angle most people miss. Time of day matters within the same day. Morning buys beat evening buys. Why? Because the store hasn't been picked over yet. You're competing with night shift workers and early birds. By 5 p.m., you're competing with everyone who stopped after work. More competition means more picked-over inventory, means worse odds for you. I used to watch the evening rush. Same players every day, stopping in after their shift. They'd buy the same games. They'd lose. They'd come back the next day and do it again. Meanwhile, the morning regulars, they hit consistently. Different timing, different results. Okay, same store, same games, but completely different outcomes based purely on when they showed up. Try this for 2 weeks by only between 9 a.m. and noon. Track your results. Then for 2 weeks by only between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. Compare your win rates. I guarantee you'll see a difference. Drop your results in the comments when you're done. Let's crowdsource the real data on timing advantages. Secret number 3. The high-volume store. This one flips conventional wisdom on its head. Most players think busy stores are bad because all the winners get claimed faster. Wrong. High-volume stores are your secret weapon. As ex-employees, we learned the hard truth. Busy stores cycle inventory faster. Faster cycling means fresher packs, which means better prize distribution, still in rotation. Picture 2 stores. Store A sells 50 lottery tickets per day. Store B sells 5 tickets per day. Store A gets fresh inventory weekly. Store B's inventory sits for months. Where would you rather buy? The answer should be obvious, but most players do the opposite. They think quieter stores have untouched winners waiting. Here's what actually happens at low-volume stores. The same roll sits in the dispenser for weeks. Early winners get claimed. Late tickets sit stale. You're buying from a pool that's been statistically drained. At high-volume stores, new packs arrive constantly. You've got regular chances at fresh odds. Let me give you a concrete example. We had 2 stores in my district. Store 1 was a busy highway gas station. Hundreds of customers daily. Store 2 was a quiet neighborhood corner shop. Maybe 20 customers on a good day. Both stores carried the same games. But Store 1 hit winners 3 times more frequently. Not because the location was lucky. Because they turned over 15 packs per week, while Store 2 turned over maybe 2 packs per month. Think about what that means mathematically. Store 1 is constantly cycling through fresh packs with fresh prize distributions. Store 2 is selling from the same stale rolls week after week. If you bought from Store 2, you might be buying ticket 87 from a roll that started with 100 tickets, the good prizes. Probably claimed in tickets 1 to 40. You're buying from the statistical wasteland at the end. The insider location formula. Gas stations near highways beat corner stores. Grocery stores in busy areas beat rural locations. Anywhere with high foot traffic beats anywhere quiet. More sales equals more turnover, equals better odds for you. What's your usual store? High traffic or low traffic? Think about your last 5 purchases. Were you buying from busy locations or quiet ones? Drop your answer in the comments. This might explain why you keep losing. Here's the advanced move. Track winner announcements in your area. Your state lottery website publishes where big prizes were claimed. Pull up the last 90 days of winners. Notice a pattern. Certain stores hit more frequently. It's not because they're lucky, because they move volume. Find those stores. Make them your regular spots. I'll give you a specific example. In my area, there's a Wawa that consistently shows up on the winners list. Almost weekly, someone hits something decent there. Is it magic? No. That Wawa is located off a major interstate exit. They probably sell 500 lottery tickets per day. With that kind of volume, they're getting fresh shipments constantly. Fresh shipments mean fresh odds. Fresh odds mean more winners get claimed. They're purely by probability. Compare that to the small convenience store 3 blocks from my house. Quiet, maybe 20 customers per day. I checked the winners list. That store hasn't had a reported winner in 8 months. Does that mean they're unlucky? No. It means they don't turn inventory fast enough to regularly stock fresh, winning packs. Try this challenge. Buy from your busiest local retailer for 2 weeks. Track your results. Then buy from a quiet store for 2 weeks. Compare your win rates. Which location treated you better? Share your data below. We'll crowdsource the real truth about store selection. Here's another volume advantage most people miss. High-volume stores get priority allocation on new game launches. When a hot new game drops, the Lottery Commission stocks high-volume retailers first. They want maximum exposure. So if you're trying to play a brand new game, your best bet is the busiest store in your area. They'll have it first, and they'll have the freshest packs. I watch this play out repeatedly. New game launches on a Monday. By Tuesday, the highway gas station has 3 fresh packs. The corner store. They won't see that game until the following week, if at all. And if they do get it, it's probably after the high-volume stores have already cycled through the first wave. You're getting second-tier inventory at best. Volume matters. It matters more than most players realize. Stop shopping at quiet stores thinking you're getting untouched inventory. You're not. You're getting forgotten inventory. There's a difference. One is fresh and unclaimed. The other is stale and statistically picked over. Secret number 4. The single game focus strategy, the hidden advantage that casual players miss completely. Playing one game consistently instead of bouncing between multiple games. This sounds boring, but it's mathematically superior. As ex-employees, we watch 2 types of buyers. The variety seekers who bought different games every visit. And the focused players who stuck to one game until they understood its rhythm. When your budget is scattered across 5 different games, you never buy enough volume to hit consistent wins in any of them. You're spreading thin across multiple probability pools. But when you focus on one game, you're buying deeper into a single pool. That depth matters. Here's why this works. Every scratch-off game has documented overall odds. Let's say it's 1 in 4. That doesn't mean every 4th ticket wins. It means across the entire print run, 25% are winners. But within a single pack, winners cluster. When you buy consistently from the same game, you start recognizing pack patterns. You learn which stores carry it fresh. You notice when new packs arrive. Let me explain clustering. Imagine the Lottery Commission prints 10 million tickets for a game. 2.5 million are winners based on 1 in frauds. But those 2.5 million winners aren't evenly distributed. Some packs have heavy winner concentration. Others are nearly barren. When you play multiple games, you're randomly hopping between different probability distributions. When you focus on one game, you can start tracking which stores have better packs for that specific game. I had a regular who only played $10 Diamond Mine. That's it. Every Tuesday, he'd buy 5 tickets from the same game. He knew that game inside and out. He knew the prize structure. He knew which stores restocked it on which days. He knew the approximate pack size and where to buy in the sequence. Over a year, his win rate was absurd. Not because Diamond Mine was a better game, because he had deep intelligence on that one game instead of surface knowledge on 10 games. The fix? Pick one game. Learn its odds inside and out. Buy exclusively from that game for 1 month. Track every result. By week 4, you'll have more useful data than a year of random game hopping will ever give you. Which strategy do you use? One game or variety? Be honest in the comments. Because variety feels exciting, but focus builds actual intelligence about what you're playing. Then there's the prize structure advantage. Each game has different prize distributions. Some front-load small wins to keep players engaged. Others save prizes for mid-pack to statistically balance out early losses. Some games backload prizes, meaning the best wins come from the last third of the pack. When you play the same game repeatedly, you start recognizing these patterns. You learn whether your game pays early or late in the roll. That knowledge is worth more than any hot ticket myth. Here's a real example. We carried a game called Lucky 7 South. It was a $5 game with decent odds, but I noticed something after 3 months. That game backloaded prizes. The first 15 tickets of every pack. Mostly losers. Tickets 16 to 25. That's where the wins clustered. I started warning my regular focused players. Don't buy Lucky 7 South unless it's mid-pack. Those who listened hit more frequently. Those who ignored the pattern and bought randomly, they struggled. That kind of intelligence only comes from focus. You can't learn the rhythm of 10 different games, but you absolutely can master one game. And mastery beats random luck every time. Here's your homework. Choose one game this month. Buy only that game. Note the store, the date, the pack position if you can, and the result. By the end of 30 days, you'll have a data set. Share your findings in the comments. Did focusing on one game change your results? Another benefit of single game focus, you develop pattern recognition. After buying 50 tickets from the same game, you start noticing visual cues. Maybe the tickets from fresh packs have crisper printing. Maybe the barcode alignment is slightly different on older inventory. These are subtle markers, but they exist, and they give you micro edges that add up over time. Casino Advantage players do this with table games. They focus on blackjack, or poker, or baccarat. They study one game deeply instead of playing everything superficially. They learn the patterns, the probabilities, the optimal strategies. Lottery players should adopt the same approach. Pick your game, master it, exploit your knowledge. One more thing about focus, it prevents emotional decision-making. When you're committed to one game, you're not tempted by flashy new releases or big jackpot displays. You stick to your plan. You buy what you know. You avoid impulse purchases that statistically drain your bankroll. Discipline and focus work together to improve your overall win rate. Secret number 5. The myth-busting reality check. The final and most important secret. Destroying the myths that keep you playing stupid. Lucky numbers, hot stores. Tickets feel heavier when they're winners. All complete fiction. As ex-lottery employees, I can tell you with 100% certainty, there is no magic. There are only math, timing, and informed decisions. The next time someone swears their lucky store pays out more, ask them one question. Have you tracked your wins and losses with actual data, or are you remembering the 2 times you won and forgetting the 50 times you lost? Myths survive on selective memory. They die under scrutiny. Truth. Winning tickets are randomly distributed across all retailers by computerized systems. No store is luckier. Truth. The texture, weight, and feel of a ticket have zero correlation with winning. The barcode determines everything before you touch it. Truth. Playing lucky numbers on draw games does unchange your odds by even 0.0001%. The balls don't know your birthday. Be honest. What lottery myth did you believe until right now? Drop it in the comments. Your confession might save someone else from wasting money on superstition. Here's what's really happening behind every lottery game. A computer generates a fixed number of tickets. Each ticket gets assigned a predetermined outcome before printing. The distribution is calculated to hit published odds across the entire run. Your job isn't to find magic. Your job is to buy from the freshest part of that run at the best stocked stores with the smartest timing. Let me destroy the biggest myth right now. Hot tickets. People swear they can feel a winner. They claim the ticket feels different, heavier, slicker, something. Complete nonsense. I personally handled thousands of tickets. Winners and losers feel identical because they're printed on the same stock, with the same ink, by the same machines. The only difference is the barcode. That's it. The hot ticket myth persists because of confirmation bias. Someone bought 10 tickets, felt something special about one, scratched it, and won $50. Now they're convinced their intuition works. but they conveniently forget the 47 other times they felt something special and lost. The human brain is wired to recognize patterns, even when no patterns exist. That's why myths survive. Did you think hot tickets were real before reading this? Comment yes or no. Because once you stop chasing myths and start following data, your entire approach changes. You become a buyer who thinks instead of hopes. And thinking buyers do measurably better. Another myth: lucky stores. I worked at the same store for 3 years. We had regular winners. We also had regular losers. The difference? Winners bought strategically. Losers bought randomly. Same store, same games, completely different outcomes. The store wasn't lucky. The smart buyers were strategic. Here's how the lucky store myth gets reinforced. A store has a big winner. They put up a poster. $1 million winner sold here. Now everyone thinks that store is lucky. They flock there. More traffic means more ticket sales. More ticket sales means statistically more winners purely by volume. Those additional winners reinforce the lucky store perception. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy based on traffic, not luck. The myth that hurts most. The next ticket is due. No, it's not. Every ticket in every game has independent odds. Buying 10 losers in a row doesn't make ticket 11 more likely to win. That's the gambler's fallacy, and it's bankrupted more players than any other lie. Stop chasing patterns that don't exist. I watched players burn hundreds on this fallacy. They'd buy 5 losers from a roll and convince themselves the winners must be coming up next. So they'd buy 5 more. Then 5 more. Then the whole rest of the pack. And they'd walk away with maybe one $5 winner from 20 tickets. The pack wasn't holding winners for later. The pack was just statistically light on winners, period. Here's the reality check you need. Lottery odds are fixed and published. A $5 game might have 1 in 4.5 overall odds. That's an average across millions of tickets. But individual packs can vary wildly. One pack might have 1 in 3 odds. It's the smartest approach. Ignore all myths. Focus on the 3 things you can control: timing, location, and game selection. Buy fresh, buy from high-volume stores, and stick to one game you understand. Everything else is noise designed to separate you from your money. One final myth to destroy. Display tickets are different. Some players think the tickets in the display window are specially selected losers to prevent theft. False display tickets are random samples from the same print run as everything else. They're not rigged, not selected, not different in any way. If someone steals a display ticket and it's a winner, the store eats the loss. But it's the same ticket you'd buy from the roll. If you want to boost your lottery odds, remember, luck is just preparation meeting opportunity. Buy from fresh packs. Shop Tuesday mornings. Choose high-volume stores. Focus on one game and destroy the myths that keep you losing. Every ex-lottery employee knows the truth. The smartest players aren't luckier. They're strategic. They time their buys, track their data, and play where the math is freshest. Which of these 5 secrets surprised you most? And which one are you testing first? Tell me in the comments. And if this changed how you think about buying lottery tickets, hit like, subscribe for more insider lottery strategies. And share this video with a friend who needs to stop playing blind before their next purchase. Here's your action plan for the next 30 days. Pick one game. Track your store's restock day. By Tuesday mornings only. Focus on high-volume locations. Document every result. By the end of the month, you'll have real data instead of gut feelings. And data is what separates winners from wishful thinkers. Let me give you the complete system in one paragraph. Find the 3 busiest lottery retailers in your area. Call each one and ask when they receive lottery deliveries. This system works because it stacks multiple small advantages. Fresh packs give you better prize distribution. Early morning timing reduces competition. High-volume stores ensure inventory turnover. Single-game focus builds pattern recognition. And data tracking eliminates emotional decision-making. Each advantage might only improve your odds by a few percentage points, but combined, they add up to a measurable edge. Now, I need to be clear about something. This system doesn't guarantee wins. No system does. The lottery is still a negative expected value game. The house always has an edge, but this system reduces that edge as much as mathematically possible, given the constraints. You're playing smarter, not magically. You're informed, not lucky. Some of you are thinking, if this system is so good, why aren't you rich from playing it? Fair question. Because even with every advantage, the lottery is still designed to extract money over time. These strategies help you lose less and win more frequently, but they don't overcome the fundamental math. I'm sharing this because informed players make better decisions, and better decisions lead to better outcomes, even if those outcomes are still statistically negative in the long run. The real value of this system isn't making you rich, it's making you conscious. Once you understand timing, location, and pack position, you can never unsee them. You'll walk into a gas station on Saturday night, see the picked-over rolls, and you'll know to walk away. You'll hear someone talking about their lucky store, and you'll smile because you understand volume dynamics. You'll see someone buying a dozen different games, and you'll recognize the lack of strategy. Consciousness is the first step to control, and control, even limited control in a probabilistic system, is better than blind hope. Most lottery players are operating on pure hope. If you're about to operate on information, that difference matters. Here's my final challenge to you. Implement this system for 60 days. Not 30, but 60. Give it enough time to collect meaningful data. Track everything. Store names, delivery days, pack positions, game results, win amounts, timing. Build a spreadsheet. After 60 days, compare your results to your previous year of random buying. I bet you'll see improvement. Not massive, not life-changing, but measurable. And measurable improvement proves the system works. Share your 60-day results in the comments when you're done. Include your win rate before versus after. How many times did you hit? What were your best stores? What timing worked best? Let's build a community database of real results from real players using this system. Crowdsourced data will validate or refute everything I've told you today. And I'm confident it will validate it. Remember, the house always wins in the long run. But informed players lose slower. And sometimes, losing slower is the same as winning smarter. Don't chase jackpots. Chase knowledge, because knowledge, unlike luck, compounds over time. And players with compounding knowledge consistently outperform players relying on compounding hope. One last thing before you go. The lottery industry doesn't want you to know any of this. They profit from uninformed buyers making emotional decisions. They profit from myths and superstitions. They profit from weekend impulse purchases and variety-seeking behavior. By applying these 5 strategies, you're opting out of their preferred customer profile. You're becoming the type of player they don't want: informed, disciplined, and strategic. That's your real edge. Not luck, not magic. Information, discipline, and strategy. Apply them consistently, and you'll see results that random players never achieve. Now go test this system and report back. I want to hear your success stories, your failures, your data. Because real information beats viral myths every single time. Good luck out there, and play smart.